Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a map called Lunar Surface. There's only one location we could start at, so we're going to start there. And on this map, you don't really drive. You kind of navigate the car and then sit along for the ride and see what happens, because everything's in moon gravity. It's really hard to control the vehicle when you're in the air 80% of the time. As you see right here, we're just in the air, bouncing around, and now we're rolling over. But I like this map because it's fun to just watch the car bounce all over the place. And it's nice that there's a map that actually has moon gravity making sense, because usually when I use moon gravity, it'll be on a map that just looks like planet Earth. And it's like, well, why is it moon gravity? Because it's fun. This one, though, it's moon gravity because it makes sense and because it's fun. And having all these bumps like this makes it even more interesting just kind of watch the car bounce around like this. You will notice, though, that the shadows on this map are really, really harsh to kind of give you like an otherworldly experience. So like on this side of the car, it looks just pitch black. And on this side, it looks totally normal. I like that look. I don't know if that's exactly what shadows would look like on the moon, because I've never even considered what shadows would look like on the moon, but either way, I really like the way it looks as you drive around here. And we have a car that's still functional, but all these bumps and stuff make it where we can barely move. I know, the speedometer says we're going 140 miles per hour. Yeah, don't trust it. We're going maybe like 10 miles per hour at most through that whole section, it felt like. And then we decided to do a quick little roll and hopefully land upright again. Oh, yes. I love it when the truck keeps working. Just keep using this thing for as long as we possibly can. And uh-oh, we're gonna roll again. We're gonna roll again. Wait. Oh, we're good. All right, back it out. I mean, it's not like we're gonna go that much slower if we're in reverse versus forward, so we're gonna back it up into that bump right there and hopefully get some air off of that. Perfect alignment, getting a little bit of speed, not as much as I was hoping though. Either way, though, we did get into the air, and let's watch it land on its side. Come on, upright. It's just like watching it twirl like a ballerina. Try to put some power down to make it level itself out. Come on, truck. There we go. All right, keep on going, truck. All right, we're going to try to go the distance. We're going to get all the way to those mountains over there if we can keep this thing straight, which isn't working so well. So you know what? I have a different idea if this thing flips over before we get there. But so far, it's kind of working. Like, we're going in the general direction I want, but very, very slowly. We can still try my idea, though. I was going to swap out the truck for a heavier vehicle and see if that helps at all. So we're going to go with a T-Series cement mixer. And I'm doing this just so I can keep the wheels on the ground when I accelerate, instead of having the vehicle bouncing all over the place anytime I try to do anything. And that's a problem. That should be upright. So let's go ahead and fix that, and I'll go a different direction now, just because I have no reason to go in the direction I was going before, because I was going there just so I could get lots of speed. So let's see how the cement mixer does. Looks like it's doing a decent enough job of keeping itself on the ground so it can actually accelerate some. I mean, it's going about as fast as the truck, but you all know the T-Series is way slower than the D-Series. Alright, this should be fun when we actually get to a jump and we got some room to get up to speed if it can stay upright. Come on, come on. Uh-oh, it's gone. There is no way it's going to stay upright here. Alright, we're rolling. We're rolling. Or not. We're not going to roll. We're just going to tip and then land upside down. You're supposed to do something a little more interesting than that. At least get yourself upright. Yeah, I think it turns out, yeah, T-Series are really top heavy. It's like rolling a loaded dice. Sure, sometimes it won't get the right number, but most of the time it will. Sure, sometimes this will land on its wheels, but most of the time it'll land upside down because it's so top heavy. Alright, come on, here we go. We're gonna get that jump. It's perfectly lined up. We got a smooth enough looking path right here. Oh, this is good. We're good. We're good. We're so good for this one. Except the transmission has no idea what it's doing. It's like, time to upshift. It's like, you didn't need to upshift. You could have just stuck it in third gear or whatever and you would have been fine. But that worked well until we ended up upside down and ruined. Well, I guess in the end, that's okay. I'm totally fine with that. We're going to try to accelerate to flip it upright, but no, still too top heavy. So we'll go ahead and swap this out for something that's not so top heavy, because that's really important, turns out. So let's go with an Ibishu Pessimant. I'm going to grab the rally version so we get all-wheel drive, so we can hopefully get a little bit more traction, because just having front-wheel drive or just having rear-wheel drive, depending on which vehicle I choose, would definitely slow me down. All-wheel drive, that'll speed me up. Alright, we're going to try to hit another jump. Alright, this one we actually can get a good amount of speed, it looks like. Not bad. And we're just going to let it fly. Bounce. And upright. Come on, get yourself up. Right. Not upside down. Not upside down, not upside down. Oh, it's going to go upside down. Wait. It went upside down, but then it went upright, and then it's on to its side. Oh, that's upside down. Hey, I called it. I knew it was going to be upside down, so can't blame me. Like I said, you're along for the ride. You don't really control the car. You just sit in the car and see what happens. Oh, I like this. This is a real nice flat area to get some speed going, and then we can pop up. And this is how you fly. I'm just going to keep on the throttle so the second we touch down, we're still accelerating. And that might not have been the best of plans. Let's see, upright. I mean, you can influence the path and rotation of the car as it's bouncing like this, but you really can't do that much. Like, you steer left and right as the tires hit, and it'll kind of, you know, nudge it in that direction, but it's not controlled. It's influenced. There's a big difference. Like, controlled would mean I'm going to land upright because I'm doing this, not I'm landing upright because I got lucky. And we are good to continue. Yes. I was a little bit concerned about that, but we're good. You know, one thing that might be fun is we turn on Earth gravity, get up to speed, and then we hit moon gravity when we hit the jump so we can fly even farther. That sounds like it might be fun to do. We'll try that out after we ruin this car, so either it gets stuck upside down or it can no longer drive, but we're going at such slow speeds, I think we're going to end up getting stuck before the car gets immobilized. So come on, car. Accelerate! Yes, yes, yes. And roll. That's not even jumping. That's just rolling the car. And then, oh, with the beautiful, like that looked like it was all intentional until the secondary flip, which put me actually upside down. And then I kind of saved it. See, like right there, that's what I was talking about. We have a little bit of influence over the controls. Like I was able to kind of get it upright right there. We steer to the left to try to help it, but just not enough influence. Car is upside down, so we're going to reset it all the way back over to here. We're going to go ahead and put the environment to Earth gravity, because I think that's probably the best one just to accelerate. And then we're going to get a nice, fast car. So we'll go ETKK series, and we'll just say, well, I don't want a dark colored car, so how about this one? I don't even know which one it was. I just know it'll be fast enough. So let's see if Earth gravity actually works as you'd expect here. Yes, it does. We're going to get up to a good speed here. So that jump is no longer a jump like before. It just kind of bounces you. And the goal here is just try to keep it as flat as I can. I want to hit that. So we're getting about 70 miles per hour right here. I'm going to go ahead and put moon gravity on and just see what happens from this point on. So along for the ride is the mantra for this video. And woo, this is good. Oh, that was nice. And it really pushed us up. That is the way to do it. Do Earth gravity, get up to speed, and then fly. Like, we've been in the air for like 10 seconds, and we still got another 5 seconds left or something before we land. That was beautiful. You know how I always say count the rotations because I can't count that high? That one's also going to be a huge rotation count. This could quite possibly be the most rotations I ever have in a crash thanks to the moon gravity. Because it just keeps rotating and rotating and rotating as it bounces along. So let's go ahead and reset it right here, and we're going to do the same plan. We're going to drop the gravity down to Earth, or does that increase it to Earth? I don't know. The number technically goes down, so it's dropping it, but the gravity increases because it's stronger. Confusing, right? Anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and grab a random 200BX. It really doesn't matter which one, as long as it's fast. This one has fast colors on it, so it has to be fast. And then we're going to go ahead and see if we can find a flattish area to get up to speed. I mean, you can see the terrain is still pretty bumpy. Actually, when we were in moon gravity, it smoothed it out because we were going so slow. Here, though, you can really see this is a rough terrain to try to drive on with a car with so little ground clearance. Probably not the best car for this, to be honest. But we're going to keep at it. We're going to give it a shot. And I see kind of a clear path right here. We can get up to some speed. All right, we're looking okay. Oh, no! That is not how that was supposed to go. But I landed it upright. You know, actually, I kind of like just driving on this even in Earth gravity. This is just a cool terrain with all the bumps. Like, if I had an off-road vehicle, this would be great. I don't, though. Alright, let's just call it right here because we're not going to be able to get up to speed because we have too little ground clearance with this. So, moon gravity, go. And let it fly a little bit. And I'm going to grab a truck after this with some ground clearance, and then we could really get up to speed. And I think that'll be as fast as we could probably go on this map. Well, you could probably get up to speed using a drag car too and just not caring. It's like, I got 10 feet to get up to speed. And you're like, no problem. You just pop a wheelie and you're up to 60 miles per hour in the blink of an eye. You know? Oh, we're upright still. Let's see. Can we go? Can we go? Can we go? Yes, we can. But this thing got no traction. It's too powerful and only rear-wheel drive. In moon gravity, it's hopeless. So we're going to try both. Something with ground clearance and then something with drag slicks on it. We'll start off with the drag one. Get a drag Moonhawk up here and we'll get it in a different color. Let's go cream. Because more drag cars need to be cream colored. So we're going to go ahead and make the gravity Earth. And we should be able to get up to speed in no time. There we go. According to the speedometer, we're going 90 miles per hour, but I don't think it's actually quite that fast, but I'm pretty sure it's at least 60 miles per hour, I'd guess. So here we go. Let it fly. And a moon gravity just takes it away. Actually, we might end up at the edge of the map. We have so much momentum in that flight, and it was so smooth. Go, accelerate. Like, we have no traction here, though, because it's all power. When you have that much power, you need the wheels to be touching the ground strong. Otherwise, it's like you're trying to drive on ice, basically. And this is the edge of the map. So, yeah. That worked very, very well. In fact, I would even say that worked too well. So now we're going to bring it back here, and we're going to grab something with ground clearance. So how about we do a roamer? And, you know, sometimes you have Baja races on the moon. Doesn't happen often, but sometimes you do. And this is the car you use. I'm going to try it out a little bit on moon gravity, and then we'll go ahead and actually do Earth gravity, get up to speed, and then fly. Because I want to see how this thing does, and I want to make sure we're coming at it from a different angle so we get something different to watch. So going along like this, oh, yep, it's top heavy. It is top heavy. It has too much ground clearance to really be able to stay upright for long. It's going to roll over and kind of just stay rolled over, it looks like. Wait, influence the direction. Influence it. No, I influenced it negatively. Luckily, this thing does what a monster truck does in moon gravity, where you could just spin it on its side and get it upright. Oh, but the suspension, oh goodness. This is the most ridiculous to control car ever. Like, I have no control of the direction of moon gravity. This is hilarious. I'm just holding the gas pedal down, seeing what happens at this point, really. Like, yeah, I'm hitting left and right, but it's not doing anything 99% of the time. You know, there's that 1% where something actually happens. Coolant overheating because I'm upside down most of the time. Yeah, that sounds appropriate. Also because I'm not moving much and I'm revving the engine up all the way to 6,000 RPM pretty much all the time. That's not good for the engine. You know, it'd be interesting if they could actually make it where the game is able to say, oh, you're in the moon? Well, guess what? Your engine is going to cool significantly differently because the moon is a different temperature and then, you know, it's a total different air density and all that. I mean, I'm sure they technically could, but at this point, I don't think there's any way for a map developer to do that for their map. And now we got connecting rod bearings damage, so, I think that's the end of this thing, because it's just going to have its engine die in about 10 seconds. We'll go to environment, make it Earth gravity, and we'll go ahead and get it upright, and this looks like a pretty good spot to actually get up to speed, doesn't it? You know, nice long straightaway. And we got that jump over there. See, like right here, you can see that this is where it shines. It can go over those bumps easily. And we're up to 100, and I don't think it's actually 124, but at least 100 miles per hour, it looked like. So then we're going to go ahead and say fly. Oh, it's going to hit it, though. Ooh. Oh, but it bounced. Again, we're going to set another record. We did the roll record. Now we're going to do the flip record right here. Actually, this is for sure the record, because you don't usually flip the car that much in the game. And unfortunately, it's flying off the map, which is no fun to watch. So let's just go ahead and try to bring it back over onto the map and see if it maintains momentum. Yes, it does. So it's still flinging. And bounce. That was actually the hardest hit I've seen because it was in the air for so long. It was actually able to get up some speed. Most of the time, you just kind of bounce around like this, you know, nice and gentle. I saw the tire fly off, and that messed me up. I'm like, oh no, we lost the tire. But it was the backup tire. We still got all four. We can keep going if we wanted to. But I think we're going to go ahead and end this video here. So until next time, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.